Hey, yo, welcome to the Corner Podcast. It's your boy Gary coming to you live right now. I mean, this won't be live when you listen to it, but it's live right now while I'm recording it. And we are at JJ Dakota's 9112 West Camp Boulevard. Hey, man, another great day. It is a Wednesday. We are having fun. A lot of pool playing going on right now. So hey, I couldn't be much happier. But thank you guys for listening, man. Thank you to the people that came out last week while I recorded 2 weeks ago while I recorded for the 1 year anniversary. And so we're just gonna keep this thing moving. And so yeah, we're here at JJ tonight. It's Wednesday night. You got APA going on right now, but you also just got a lot of people out here shooting, man. My man Wally in the back, one of the coldest players that I know. Man, got several people on offer. You know, JJ's, they got 7 foot, 9 foot, and they got 8 foot tables. And so we're just vibing out. It has been a good day. Again, I appreciate the owners. I appreciate Bill and all of those for allowing me to come through and and record here. Just had some weird guy come back behind here, but but anyway, this is just Pool on the West Side. This is the Corner Podcast where we talk all things, well, as much as possible, all things pool, all things tournaments, leagues, whatever have you. Whatever is here on the west side of Fort Worth, where I kind of started shooting out of here. And so it's been a good day, it's been a good night, been a good week, man. How's y'all's this is always a question that I want to ask people when I see them, like, how you been playing? How you been shooting? Been good, consistent? You wish you could start over again? You know, you talk to a lot of people and they're like, I hate this game. I want to play something else. I get it. Like sometimes you want to play something else and it is what it is. Like I find that interesting. Something so fun can bring you so much pain and misery. But yeah, we continue to do it. It's yeah, man. Like for me today is it's Wednesday, so it was my APA 8-ball day league, which is pretty cool that I can get out. Shout out to that team right there, man. We holding it down in first place, guys. So let's keep the pressure going. Let's keep the pressure on there. Keep having some fun shooting that out. And so, man, well, look, I ain't gonna prolong this thing. Let's get into it. And these last couple of days, I will tell you that I have wrestled with how I would address certain these issues and these topics on the podcast, because when I tell you, I enjoy playing pool. I enjoy the people. Y'all know that the community of folks that make up this area, and it is not a solely. I don't want this to come across as I just talk about one league. I talk about the leagues mainly that I'm involved in because that's the most I know. Like I'm not gonna talk about stuff that I have no clue about again. But this weekend was a this weekend was very much an eventful weekend. And why, you ask? Well, we had non-ball world qualifiers, which sent 2 teams to Las Vegas in the fall. And also, and I'm going to talk about this later in depth, sent 2 other teams to Oklahoma for another tournament in the fall as well. So here it is, man. I gotta not pull the band-aid on, but at first this episode was gonna have a real I don't want to say negative tone, but I just didn't want to get into that, man. It's fun, but I think that I think there's lessons. I think there are um, things that we could all do better. I think we can communicate a lot better. I think we can encourage each other a lot better. That's why I wore the Be Kind shirt today, because I'm gonna try to be kind when I when, uh yeah. So but first off, let me congratulate the teams that punched their ticket this week. To the teams that won, man, Los Toxicos. Shout out, hey, good team, very consistent. I believe they play out of Tumbleweeds. Yeah, I believe they play out of Tumbleweeds, but very consistent team, very good shooters. But they took one of the spots to go ahead and make it to Las Vegas. The other team is the Spin Doctors. Man, Spin Doctors, I know they play out of here on Sundays. I know for sure they probably play another night too, but I'm not. So y'all can hit me up and correct me if you're listening. And they punched the ticket. And oddly enough, their captain and probably their high skill level player, congratulations, sir, had a welcome the birth of his new child. And so he was not there. But to know that you put together a team that was strong enough to make it through this weekend, and let me tell you, the World Qualifiers was held at Rusty's Billiards, right down the street, and it started on. And it's not that Rusty's is not a big venue. Rusty, we all know Rusty's has many tables. I couldn't tell you the exact amount. I know it's more than it's more than 12, or it might be right at 12. But they hosted it, and so they started the first rounds on Friday. Normally, when World Qualifiers and Tri Cups have, they start on a Saturday, finish up on Sunday. But and I think this was a good move in respect to everyone's time, respect to the venue, so that they could get the tournament over with, so they could go on to actually, start making money. I mean, they do make money for APA, but to welcome it to their regulars that are there just to have fun and shoot and get better. They, so having it that starting on a Friday kind of helped with moving everything quite along, and so it's pretty good. So congratulations, Los Toxicos, Spin Doctors. I know people on both teams, and I'm jealous. I'm coming for y'all spot, bro. Like I need I need to get my team. I need to help get my teams right. Maybe if I just shoot better. But so also, but so what was a sort of a has been a change of an event. So they have APA has this Mid South Open. I'm sure they have these type tournaments in every region, but they're almost like a mini Vegas of sorts. So the Mid South tournament, I played in it a couple of years ago. It was down in Houston. They switched it last year, and then this year again, they are having it in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and it's held at a casino. They've rented out the stuff. So it feels like, from what I've heard from people that played in it last year, like they were really impressed by it. It was something that people really want to go. Like I still wanted to go, and I'm not gonna do it on this episode, but down the line I'm gonna talk about how I feel in regards to how those bids are given out. And so I'm gonna give my why I don't like it and why I don't like it again. Uh, but anyway, so what happens is in our world qualifiers, the teams that place second, or the teams that aren't going to Vegas, they're going to get to go to Shawnee, Oklahoma, in the fall. They're going to get a trip paid for. Uh, it, and so that is Team Lucky Shots, who they used to be Amanda's Lucky Nine, which was one of the first teams that I started on. And I'm like kicking myself now, like, man, I wish I would have stayed, but no. Congratulations to those guys, man. Joseph, Bill, Cat, Sherry, Steve, Corey, Wendy, whoever I'm missing. I don't know. I think I pretty much got Ashley. Yeah, y'all. Congratulations. So they get the check, and then also highly favored, which oddly enough, one of the members of there's a Ashley is a member of both of those teams. So it's like she's the double winner right now. And so I am excited for them. Uh, it was a hard fought weekend. It's a long, grueling weekend. You're in a place shooting. There's not a lot of room for your team in there. It's kind of tight. Uh, and they pull through. So, good job throwing up. Good job to the people. Like I know, and when you get to these tournaments, most of our teams in ABA are made of 8. You only get 5 matches, so sometimes you don't get to play, and it's one of those things where you may not have played in Tri-Cups, but then you got called up in World Qualifiers because they needed the matchup was just right then. So it was really good. Can't wait to see what they do, but going to Oklahoma ain't a bad. That ain't a bad thing to lose to not go to Vegas, yeah, and to go to Oklahoma for us. West Fort Worth, we are close. That's about a 3-hour drive. You don't have to worry about flights if you don't want to. You don't have to worry. I mean, you get hotels and all that stuff. You can stay at the casino. It's gonna be a fun time, man. And the money the money is pretty close. It's like 105K total payouts through all the stuff. So now they do have so they do have opportunities for ladies 8-ball teams, masters team, Jack and Jill team, and then your 8 and 9-ball team. So there are a lot of ways that you can qualify to go. So I'm curious to see that if this part of town, if we get the opportunity to send some other people in those other formats, and that would be good. But right now, I know that the second place, whoever gets to the finals, whoever comes up second, they are given those bids. And so the Mid South is one of those where all you need is like 5 people basically from your original roster. You can sub in how you can or what. Some people may not be able to take off for 3 days and leave, but it is what it is. And so we just you just keep moving on. You keep playing. But again, congratulations to those four squads, man. Los Toxicos, Spin Doctors, they're going to Vegas. Lucky Shots and Highly Favored, though they are both going to Oklahoma. So that was the sweet side. Now, if I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty, and I'm not gonna make this. Some folks have been asking me, "How are you gonna talk about this?" Because I gotta talk about it. Like it's where it's the league that I think we probably have the most participation. That's up for discussion. I don't know. But so this weekend didn't go. I mean, it went well. There were some things I think that there were some areas if you want to go to the corporate world, there are some areas of improvement that could have been done. Uh, so let me tell you what I know. What I know is that there were there were not a lot, but there's a few disagreements on, let's say, rule interpretation. There were some questions on dress code. Let me start with dress code. So here's my beef with that one. When I found out about that little tidbit, I'm like, you know what? We play league all year long. Why is the dress code an issue when we get to Tri Cubs or when we get to World Qualifiers, like why is that now? Like why is it now an issue? Like if and see this opens up a whole nother area question for me is that when we're playing regular week league nights, if it's ran the same way that these higher level tournaments are going to be, there's no surprise to when you get down to tries and world qualifiers. Is that there's no shock. Like even you got the Aloha tournament coming up for ABA, and so for me, for dress code to be an issue there, I'm just gonna side with. That's one of those I got a question about. Like I'm not for if I've been playing all year long and I've been wearing the same thing and doing the same thing, and all of a sudden when I get to this, now you got an issue with it, and this didn't come per I would say officials or whatever. This I guess it was a request made by another player, and so what I would say, hey, APA player, say something, say something on a regular Tuesday or a Monday or a Sunday if you see somebody wearing something you don't like. Like make that then. Like this ain't the time to do it when you get to world qualifiers. Now you find it any way to win. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and here, yeah, I'm gonna talk myself because this is me. I'm gonna talk myself. So if you so worried about what somebody else is wearing that is gonna distract you from playing, man, you need to find another sport. Because who's to say a T-shirt somebody's wearing, whatever it says, like if you read it and you're like, oh, I'm offended by that, or I don't like that, or it opens up too many windows for things to be misconstrued. Like it's not black and white. Like it's a lot of gray, and when you get in that gray, like I would literally say, okay, whatever league you're participating in, whatever the dress code is for that particular league or that entity, you should respect that throughout the regular league play. Don't get to the tournament and then it's like, oh, now I got an issue. But said persons or whoever have been wearing the same thing over and over and over again. And so when I because this is my thing. This is me. I like pool. I love everybody playing, and so I go over to where the tournaments are held, and I'm there and I'm watching, I'm observing, talking to people, I'm seeing stuff. So I'm like, I personally didn't see anything, but again, my thing is don't wait till we get to now it's money time and now you got an opinion. Like we need to hold captains, division reps, operators accountable on just a normal Wednesday night like tonight. So I mean, hey, that's my 2 cents on the on the dress code thing. I'm really trying to I'm really trying to skate around the main issue that I know if you're the regular listener or viewer of this and you know me and you know this area, this topic has been primetime TV. This has been breaking news. I've heard different takes. I've talked to the people who have been directly involved in it on all sides. And so why I made the decision to not like I'm gonna get my boy gonna get mad at me because I didn't tell him I was recording tonight or I couldn't get him on tonight. And so I I I I'm gonna I want to be respectful because I want to keep this as much of a fun, neutral, safe space. Not neutral, but just fun. Like I'm gonna call it like I see it. It's just when it's two sides of something. So there was a controversial call made Uh, so what I know, this is what I know. There was a controversial call made on Saturday night where the official came over, was asked to watch a shot. The official made their call. The call wasn't a popular one because, you know, it and I've seen pictures or reenactments of the shots, this and that. I wasn't there when it happened, so I can't. I've talked to people who were there when it did happen, saw it, and felt like the call was incorrect. But here's the thing: incorrect calls happen in every sport. I mean, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. To this day, I will tell you, Dez caught it, and if they give us that catch, we finally win another Super Bowl. Whether that be true or whether it not be true, in my heart, I will believe that Dez caught it. So this shot, apparently, this match, the final ball count, like the player that was shooting needed one ball. The player opposition needed two. So the fact that it was called against the player needing one ball, even though they made the ball, that was a dead ball, and they ended up losing that round. Fine, I think the team handled it well. They took it. They didn't like the call. They didn't like it. It was a controversy. They had questions about it, and that's fair. Same team, same team on Sunday. The next day, they're in the next round. They playing. They asked for a watch. Now I don't know, and I'm telling you right now, I did not do my due diligence to go through the APA rule book to talk about this. But so there's some dispute on this where they're like, okay, we had this issue about a call last night. I do not want to be in the same and with any official. Okay, let me stop. So the teams were like, look, we saw what happened last night. We don't want that to happen again. We want to request a different set of eyes to come and watch this shot. Well, when that happened, all just man, it turned into a calamity because now the official is like, okay, so you're questioning my uh, ability or you question my judgment, this and that. The other team is like, nah, I don't know if they, well, basically they were saying, yeah, because that's why else. Well, the issue was there was no one else at the time available to even watch the show. And so when this disagreement and all this stuff starts going on, it turned to a well, what the team in question and the team was figuring out, it turned into what felt like a personal attack. And they, you know, voiced their opinions as we have the opportunity to do at life. But, you know, we so it just turned into a whole thing and it got a little I think the way communication happened, I think on both sides, I think initially the team that was questioning the call and also tried to handle it as best as possible, but I think also that the officials were like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this, not I don't think that they, and this is hard for me because I know everybody personally. And what I would say is this: bad calls happen. I get, but the bad call happened on Saturday. I think Sunday, I think there was a way that it could have been. I don't know, but I mean, it's ultimately it's all about fun. But you think about all the money that we spend, you think about all the time that we do. and it's like a give and take. Like, how do you make it right? Like, it got social media, everybody's picking sides. I'm like, okay. And so that's why I said I feel like I was trying to be responsible by not turning it into it's your side, my side. I think at this point it's already done. There's been loss on all sides. I think that had both parties had to do it all over again, I think they would totally do it differently. I think I think there would have been a different conversation. I think that a lot of things would have been in place to even prevent it to do this. So here you go. So here I am with my areas of improvement and my areas of proposed thought. I don't, it's just like in any sport, you want to keep the referees out of it. You don't want to make the referees a play. So if you're winning and you're dominating and you're doing this stuff, it doesn't even become a factor. Like it doesn't even play into the narrative of what may have happened. Like we all play this game, man. This game is so good. It's so fun, but it can switch and turn and be so unkind, and it happens, and a lot of things happen. There's a lot of distractions, tables, blah blah blah, you know, locations. What I would say is this, and if I'm talking to the officials, what I'm saying is take yourselves out of it. Get other referees that's all they do is watch. Train them, have them. I'm not saying that whoever was refereeing wasn't trained, but I'm saying is eliminate that connection between I run the league and I'm gonna referee. That's my suggestion. I'm gonna stick to it. I don't care. In that way, because and then hey, APA players, let's stop being so bratty. We get a bad call, I got you. I understand. It's happened to me. Literally, it has happened the last few times that I was in track coverage. I was fell victim to, not me personally, but someone on my team fell victim to. Oh, this is called a double hit. I'm like, how you gonna call it a double hit when the ball? Never mind. It happens, and you just gotta keep going. But I'm like, I don't want that one call to determine the outcome of said match. And again, man, let's just get back to loving the game again. Like I know we all love the game, and again, I know that's why it's all passionate. But I think that if you and not you, but we as players and as captains and as whoever else on a regular night hold everybody to the same standard. Do you know timeouts need to be the respect the time length of the timeout. Shots. It should not take you like it's no reason that and here's my other beat. There's no reason that on a league night that starts at 7 o'clock, we are here till 11:30, sometimes midnight. When we can play a tournament in cities and worlds and they give you a 3 hour, 3.5 hour till this Sunday. We need to be holding ourselves accountable for that. Like you can't do that. So there's so much that could be done, but man, like it's fun. I get it. Like I love that everybody that plays is so competitive. Everybody that shows up are so passionate. And then not just not only competitive about the matches that they are playing, they're so competitive and so like pulling for their teammates and sometimes playing, and we all play on multiple teams. And sometimes in those tournaments, we are there together. So we all are pulling for each other. And so that's the thing is you want to take up for it. And that's why I love the pool community. If you see something run a foul to somebody, I said run a foul. But if you see something that is being done that you don't like we are willing to stand up for each other and voice those opinions. And so I think that needs to continue. I am in full concert with that. I think that is the one of the greatest things about that. So I think yeah. So the situation again could have been handled different. I think cooler heads have prevailed at this point. Um, I am fairly confident that there will be. I mean, there's a resolution, but I think that I would like to see a discussion, just a meeting of the minds. But I would like this to be a somewhat of a makeup call for all of us who play, and not just APA, man. Just all your leagues. Like we have a tendency, and I know in so after after any night there is a sportsmanship rating. Depending on the team, if you like them, you're gonna automatically give them 5 stars, no comments, blah blah blah, and that's great. But if you're gonna do that, let's do it across the board. I know it's some teams that get on, me. It's a few that is like, when I see them on the schedule, I'm like, ugh. But I think if we do the best job to play strictly by, not saying that anybody's breaking rules or anything that, but we're a little bit lax. I know that, and you know that. If you're being honest, you're lax. Like do all the things, dot the I's, cross the T's, so that when you get into these big time terms, like you work so hard to get there. Like it's a thing. Like throwing, like getting the matches and understanding who your players are, and people go up and move down, and all these things that you have to navigate. Not to get to a tournament like that, and then now a rule. The rule now is okay. That's what or rule or misinterpretation of or a missed call. But again, I live in the reality of Dez Caught it. We hadn't won a Super Bowl, and I'm gonna stick to my guns on that. But anyway, I'm going. I I'm gonna put a pin in that. Not put a pin in that. I'm gonna actually dead that because it took up too much time. Honestly, I get it. It was a lot of emotion. A lot of things came out, and that happens when you compete. That happens when you're putting your time and resources in there. And I do think that there are opportunities for everybody to be better. I think there are opportunities for officials. Like to me, I just don't want it to get to a thing where the fun is gone because we want to be so stringent on things that we're gonna put all these rules and parameters, and we're gonna be like, ugh, so solid and weird stuff. But yeah, man, dress codes and missed calls. That's what we did. That's what we did this weekend. But again, not to but I don't want to overshadow the fact that you got 4 teams that battle through that bracket that spend all that time out there. You got 2 that are going to Vegas, and you got 2 that are going to Oklahoma. And to the teams that are going to Oklahoma, if y'all have some people that can't go, I know somebody who is willing to roll. He he has his own podcast. And so, oh Lord, okay. And I just, be mindful of that. So yeah, man. So we offer that. So congratulations again. Keep shooting. But I do want to talk about something new that I did find out. And this is not technically West Fort Worth, but it could be. It's a somewhat new league, Breakpoint Billiards League. It's a money league. They play right now. They're playing out of they're playing out of billiard parlor over in Watauga. And so I'm curious to see what that's about. Like I got a message about them the other night, and I'm like, all right, cool. I want to go check that out. See, and I like that. I like the fact that, I don't want to make my podcast is not solely about APA. I talk about APA a lot because I'm here, but I also play in other tournaments. I also see other leagues that play in, like my 259 ball league. I see that a lot. Um, and I am I'm happy about it, but I would like to see more leagues open over here. So, and here was the question I had. Why? What would be cool to me is if all the pool venues that we play out of, if they kind of started their own little inner city league. What would that look like? So the owners of JJ's, Rusty's, Toad, uh, Roosters, Maxine's, even Shuckers, all got together and said, "Man, let's do a cash league." Because I like a lot of people are going to these cash leagues, and the cash league is not bad. I mean, they last long, but they're not bad. Like I think that there's something to be done like that. Like, don't, and this is not against any particular league. I'm just saying, give more options, give more. Some people don't like to play APA because, yeah, it is. You can. It's a lot of slop, let's say, in the business. Uh, but APA is for amateurs having fun. Like that's. But if you're serious, and you want to play BCA, like I think there should be some more options. I'll be curious. Y'all let me know. Comment, send me hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever. Let me know, like, what are the leagues that are out here that are around? Like, what are the options for people to play? Like, I know a few. I don't know all of them. Like, I can't play all of them. Like, it's not. Yeah, it is possible. Can't do it. But to have different options to say, hey, if you're looking for this game, if you're looking for that game, here's the league for you. Here's where to go. Here's the venue that this is being held at. I think that'd be cool. But I think it would be awesome if, like, a lot of people were like, yo, hey, we got this BCA league that play this night. And it'd be cool to have, like, how they do, like, the company softball teams or whatever. It'd be cool to have, like, company, and they probably already have done it, still do it in some form. But if it was strictly from the restaurants, man, I mean, I think there are other ways. I know there's a BCA tournament in Las Vegas as well. So it would be cool. But this is my thing, man. Be kind to one another. Let's keep playing. Let's leave the not drama, but let's get back to having fun, man. Like, I know we get heated. I get it. I understand that. And I'm one too. I'm not a gracious winner or a loser. I can be pretty, but most of the time I think that when we lose, we're losing because we get upset because how we play, not because of circumstance or this and that. Sometimes I've just conceded the fact that, look, I was off and this person is just killing it, and congratulations. Like, I'm so glad to see some of the people that I see on a regular basis shooting so well. All it does is make me want to practice more, focus, and just lock in. But we got to get back to we got to get back to basics sometimes. I think there's areas of improvement for all of us, organizations, players, spectators, supporters, anything else that aren't winners. And then I will tell y'all this before I go. Dez Caught it.
We go for West Side for the cone. Long gone. We go for West Side for the cone. I welcome you to the corner. 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 Welcome you to